just got to be doing a greatest hits tour. No way that they're still pumping out new material. See? Nothing beats the classics. She follows them through some shrubbery until she finds Amanda Kruger at the steps of the asylum, which looks like a giant gothic castle here. Inside, Alice walks around, sees a crazy-looking baby carriage, and then falls into a fantasy where she's on a stretcher being pushed into a hospital room. But she fights back until she becomes an observer instead of a participant. You just use champagne.
Now for the big guns. I'm Batman. I hope this isn't your best. There's no place to hide. You're tight. Same machine. Now who's broken? You'll be one hell of a day. Bat's out of his cave. Quit screwing around.
One snow cone, please. Perforated.
Might need a sweater. Come quiet, you won't get hurt. I'm Batman.
Wise to surrender. Gonna feed you to Bud and Lou. How's it feel being the villain?
Wonder Woman. Upgrade your champions. Raid your enemies. Dominate the leaderboards. Start raiding now. Game for adult emotions.
You're 3 steps away from earning rewards for playing games. Nope, this is not a trick. It's Misplay. Step 1, download Misplay and play your game from the app. Step 2, download your favorite game and play. The more you play, the more you rack up points. Once you've earned enough points, head over to the shop and redeem any of the gift cards available to you. See? That's not too hard.
When you're younger, everything feels so permanent.
2 jerks in costumes and a couple of rejects.
Let the tournament begin.
We used to have moral principles.
When you're younger, everything feels so permanent.
2 jerks in costumes and a couple of rejects.
Let the tournament begin.
We used to have moral principles.
Takes off on that motorcycle, he always has strapped to the back of his truck. But speeding through the streets, he finds that he's a little more attached to this bike than he thought. His wires and cables start coming out and fusing with his body. Then Freddy pops up for another one-liner because he just never knows when enough is enough. The Circus continues sneaking with Dan's body all over the place, including his precious handsome face, while Freddy screams power drive and other dumb shit that my brain just tuned out. Hey, Danny, better not dream and drive. Yeah, shit like that. Dan winds up looking like Sebastian Shaw Vader as his bike speeds down the road, but then we cut to Alice in the diner, so I guess maybe he's okay or something. Jesus Christ, what the fuck is that? Is he falling down a rectum? Nope, in real life he's just crashing into a truck, and Alice runs out to see his truck on fire in the middle of the road and Dan's dead body amidst the flaming wreckage. Or is he dead? Alice! Want to make babies? No, yeah, he's really dead. That was just a hallucination that makes Alice faint. She wakes up in the hospital and complains to Yvonne once again that Freddy has found a way to attack people outside of her dreams. Her asshole's anonymous father and the doctor tell her that Dan is dead, but that his replacement's already in the making because she's pregnant with his kid. She goes to sleep in the hospital and wakes up to that kid who annoyed Grant in Jurassic Park. He tells her his name is Jacob and that he's sorry her boyfriend's dead. Thanks, kid. I'm sure she wants to keep talking about that. He pieces out, and the next day, Yvonne tells Alice there weren't any kids anywhere near her hospital room. You know what that means? Ghost kid! Alice holds court with her friends and gives us our by now exhausting Freddy Krueger backstory from beginning to end. All the legal loopholes and vengeance arson included. Her friends are skeptical, of course, because that's how these movies go, but offer their empty support in the form of thoughts and prayers. And hugs. Fred is at a fancy dinner with her haughty-ass momager.
Johnson & Johnson is the world's largest healthcare company, building a future where cancers can be cured, strokes can be reversed, joints can be 3D printed, and there isn't one definition of what well feels like. There are millions. We're using our world to make your world a world of well.
But Freddy's not going to let this 5-star meal escape him, and he pulls her back, leaving a to-do list for Alice. Freddy dies in real life by choking to death on food in front of the entire dinner party. Talk about spoiling an appetite. Alice goes to this warehouse because I guess Mark lives there in a back room decorated with all this comic artwork. He's finally starting to believe Alice about Freddy, and he whines about how his character, the Phantom Prowler, could have protected Greta. But when Alice steps out to make some coffee, Mark falls asleep, and she comes back to find some line work at the Elm Street house on his desk. Mark goes all aha and finds it in the wrong too. Alice uses some elements of art skill. Pulls him up out of there to safety, he sees some blood on his hand and faints, disappearing into the floor? What? Was Mark a ghost? No, but creepy ghost kid Jacob is back now, and he yells at Alice for not caring about being a mom. He runs away, she runs after him, and now she's back in Mark's bohemian warehouse room. I get that these movies are about dreams, and that dreams have loosey-goosey spatial logic, but man, this
thanks to Realtor.com's home alerts, we were able to see the newest homes on the market super fast.
So we could finally buy our first big boy house.
Big boy house.
Big boy kitchen.
Big
boy waterfall shower. Y'all got big boy vaulted ceilings. Big boy crawl space. Big boy school district.
Oh yeah, that's how Freddy's attacking people in this.
Big boy hidden closet. Big boy DIY. You missed the spot. Eucalyptus. Big boy soul sign. Big boy logo. Realtor.com. To each their own.
I'm sorry. But here's a creepy looking fake baby with Freddy's face right behind it. That's fun. Freddy tells Alice that he's taking care of the unborn child's dietary needs. Feeding, dye, soul food for my boy. Alice wakes up startled and tells Yvonne that Freddy is feeding her baby dead soul so he can make the baby like him. Obviously, that sounds like a big old pile of crazy talk, so after she leaves, the doctor calls Dan's parents, and they go to Alice's house and tell her that they want to adopt the baby and raise it as their own, arguing that she can't properly raise a child as long as she's running around talking about dream demons and shit. She refuses their offer and runs off to Mark's place, where they look at some research he found about Amanda Krueger. Sounds like Amanda Krueger hanged herself after Freddy's trial, but that her body wasn't found. That grave we saw in Dream Warriors was an empty plot with a memorial stone. Because of her suicide, her soul is trapped in its earthly resting place. Alice decides to go to sleep so she can find Amanda Krueger and get the juicy beat. Mark agrees to stay awake and watch it. Good thing that plan's never gone wrong before. Yvonne, who still doesn't believe Alice and Mark about any of this Freddy stuff, goes to the pool to practice swimming. I don't look like swim practice to me. It looks like you're falling asleep in a hot tub. When she finally does get out of the jacuzzi, swim coach Freddy has arrived to help her work on her form. First up on his practice schedule is high diving into an abyss. The diving board she's standing on cracks open into some Nightmare Before Christmas clause, which forces Yvonne to jump off the board and fall through the air towards the amazing disappearing pool, landing in a tiny little puddle with some pretty nice form, all things considered. Alice, who's been searching dreamland for a hammerhead, is rolled into a nasty little water-filled side room, out of which Freddy emerges, squirting water from his blowhole. He pulls Yvonne out of the watery depths, but Alice grabs a nearby pool skimmer and spears him through the mouth with it. They escape from Freddy, who's looking real freaked out. What's up with that?
He's scared to come in because of Amanda.
Oh, okay, so Amanda's right there then?
We have to find Amanda.
But in the real world, Mark finds a comic that he doesn't remember buying, but maybe that just means you have a serious eBay addiction. He glances through the book, which features panels of everything that's happened in the movie so far, and when he reaches the end, he gets aha yet again, since that video was so damn popular, into a version of his room that's had the saturation turned all the way down. Freddy pops out, and oh my dear lord, Freddy Krueger's on the street. Oh man, and I thought the sunglasses were bad. As he skirts towards Mark, he swipes out some support beams, and the whole place falls down on him. Freddy appears above Mark with a bloody Greta, who he throws down to smash into pieces like a ball on the floor. This pisses Mark off, and he becomes that comic character he was fantasizing about earlier.
Time to die, you scar-faced lunatic!
He shoots the shit out of Freddy, but it only puts him down temporarily, of course. Fred bounces back up in one of the few instances where someone other than Batman plays the character, because this isn't just regular Freddy.
Super Freddy!
Oh, Super Freddy sucks. At least the kill's inventive. Mark becomes a 2D paper version of himself, and Freddy cuts him so deep, all the colors Fred gets ripped into shreds, and although the
Okay, so here's who I was trying to get. Raven,
Death Row,
Mr. Freeze, Roger Miller, Gordon Arnold, Wonder Woman, This Part Raven, Mr. Mr. Freeze, Gordon Arnold, Wonder Woman, the Batman who
finally ends this mess of a movie. Ron heads to the crazy composite castle of the hospital and pushes through the hallway.
Collector War, Superman, Darkseid, Batman Ninja, Brainiac, Suicide Squad, Harley Quinn, Suicide Squad is Chris, Justice League, Superman, Black Manta, Arkham Knight, Batman, Shazam, King of the Legends, Aquaman, Multiverse Armor, Supergirl, Batman Ninja, Catwoman, Last Laugh, the Joker, Multiverse Green Arrow, Black Adam, Nightmare Batman, Multiverse The Flash, Batman Ninja, Batman Ninja, Lord, Joker, the Virgin of Poison Ivy, Justice League Batman, whatever, David, Phoenix, or something. The Red Lantern, Armor Superman, Heartbreak, Harley Quinn, Batman Ninja, Robin, Nightwing, a whole bunch of people.
I want to learn stuff from you. She's no fun anymore. Teach me.
Learn stuff from you? That little laugh? Why? Robert Englund reflects on how far off the rails this series has gotten, and with one last sloppy makeout with Alice, again, why, steps towards Jacob to, I don't know, be his dad or something. But then Amanda tells Jacob to unleash his power, and Jacob does in the form of a giant tongue that comes out and impales Freddy. We get another crazy final Freddy sequence like in Dream Master, but this one just has the heads of Freddy's 3 victims from this movie extending out of his back and pulling him across the room until, oh, what the fuck, until they yank that nasty baby Freddy out of his back? As Alice picks up Jacob, who has now become a baby, Amanda picks up her demon hellspawn. Baby Freddy disappears in a flash of light, apparently reverting to be in utero, and then Jacob's like, that looks like fun stuff, let me try. He does the same thing with Alice. As Amanda leaves the room, Freddy's claw busts out of her abdomen in an effort to escape. The door slams shut and locks them inside the dream cycle. The movie mercifully ends. Alice, her dad, Yvonne, and newborn baby Jacob Daniel have a picnic in the park, as the jump rope girl performs ominously in the foreground. Holy shit, that mess of a movie is finally over. And spoiler alert, there weren't even that many kills. Here, I'll show you the numbers. Yeah, nothing fun for this one, because fuck this movie. Only 3 people died in this movie, about the lowest of the Nightmare series, and tied for the lowest of any film. The big ones were 2 dudes and 1 lady, and obviously a 2-to-1 all heavy racing. And with a runtime of 90 minutes, that's a kill on average. I'll give the Golden Chainsaw for coolest kill to Mark. Honestly, all 3 kills are pretty much equally cool, and the only reason I'm picking Mark is because his is the most memorable. And for the first time on this series, there's not going to be a dull nostalgia. And for all this movie's faults, the 3 kills in that are all pretty cool. So that's it. Nightmare on Elm Street 5, The Goose House, came out in the final year of our Lord's favorite decade, the 1980s. The most critical and hostile happened. Next week is the infamous Freddy's Dead: The Final Nightmare. Show that experience. I'm Gameplay Denise. This is the Kill Count. Thanks a lot for watching the Kill Count for Nightmare 5, The Green Guy. I want to thank a couple of my patrons like Jane Ivis and Joey Bolker. As I'm sure you might have noticed, I'm not a huge fan of The Green Guy. If you thought that was bad, just wait till next week when we do Freddy's Dead. It sounds silly to say, but make sure you're subscribed, like click that button over there. If you're not doing anything else, might as well follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Deadbeat Games. I'll see you next week.
Got black today?
Northern University was ranked #1 best regional college in Illinois by European and World Report.
Welcome to Kill Count, where we tell you what comes in all our favorite movies. 1991. And although we're not done covering Freddy Krueger just yet, in some ways this is the final nightmare. It's the last solo Freddy film to take place within the original continuity of the series. It also happens to be widely regarded as the bottom of the barrel for Mr. Krueger's escapade. Freddy's Dead completely drops Alice Johnson and pretty much that entire Tangled storyline that began back in Dream Warriors. In its place, we get an absurd plot about a ghost town Springwood and Fred Krueger's truly grown offspring, along with a handful of cameos and style 10 minutes that were filmed and released in the DVD. On top of all that, this is Freddy Krueger's inclusive transformation into a full-blown hero. It's really never ends to be seen to be believed. Let's take a look at this now and get to the show. The movie begins with a quote. Maybe this movie will actually be more highbrow than I hope. You know what? If we're going to use a Freddy quote, I'm glad it's the best one. Alright, ready for craziness? Apparently in 10 years, the entire population of minors